Welcome to On the Go with AAUW, the American Association of University Women. I'm your host, Jennifer DeSano, the Executive Director of the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at George Mason University. And today I'm very excited because we're going to be talking about the Fall for the Book Festival. And today we're going to have our guests, Kara Oakleaf and Susie Rigdon, to discuss their roles as the festival manager and the festival director. Welcome. So good to have you on this show. Again.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yes. And Kara, you're the director of the festival, and you are. This is your third time here with us on AAUW. And Susie, you're the festival manager, which you do a lot of work, marketing, and why don't you tell us about your role with the festival?
Yeah, so Fall for the Book is run by a very small team. On the off season, it's us two, and in the summertime, we're really lucky to have a couple other people helping us out, and that's really helpful. But because of the small team, we do a little bit of everything, which keeps me on my toes certainly, and is a lot of fun. But basically what I do is I build puzzles, and the puzzle is the festival schedule. So we have 150 authors come in over 4 days, and so I get a lot of the applications and send out invitations and then try to fit everybody together, which is a fantastic challenge, and I love it because a lot of the things that I do is figure out who would pair really well with who. Are there thematic linkages between books, or how would this work, or what makes a fun and interesting panel discussion? So that's a lot of what I do over the summer, and then a lot of logistic work as well with Kara.
And Kara, as the director of the festival, you must do a lot with the board of directors, and I actually, just full disclosure, am on the board of directors for the Fall for the Book Festival. But talk to us about your role as the leader of the board and the role in the festival.
Sure. So Fall for the Book is a nonprofit festival, so we do have a board of directors. We have a great partnership with George Mason University, with the City of Fairfax, the Fairfax County Public Library. I do a lot of work with the different partnerships that make up the festival. I do a lot of fundraising, helping us kind of
find venues and things like that.
Find venues, that sort of thing. Like Susie said, a lot of the late spring and early summer is us kind of putting the puzzle pieces of the festival together, which is really exciting. I do a lot of work directly with authors and publicists, figuring out what those really big books are going to be that year that we really want to feature and highlight. So yeah, it's a really exciting challenge and a wonderful event to be a part of.
It's a great community event, and there are a lot of community members that participate as volunteers, as well as George Mason University students. And you're both teachers in the English department at George Mason. Can you tell us a little bit about the roles of volunteers at the festival and some of the student roles?
Sure. So we have about 120 volunteers that work with us just during the festival week. There are any number of things that need to be done, helping us run an event, make sure a venue is running smoothly. Introducing authors is one of the favorite things that our volunteers really like to do, because they get a chance to meet an author up close and personal. And we have volunteers that work at our info tent, our welcome tent. We will have many jobs for you to do if you want to volunteer with us.
How do you go online to learn how to be a volunteer? Where is the information on that?
On our website, fallforthebook.org/volunteer, there's a contact box. Just let us know what you're most interested in, and we'd love to work with you. That's, I think, one of the best ways to get involved with the festival, meet authors. As a writer, I also selfishly love working with the festival because I get to network with so many fantastic authors and people I really admire, many of whom are on this table right now. So it's a really great opportunity. I love getting students involved as well. And then if you want to get involved with the festival, while you're on the website, I just check out our friends page. You can become a friend of the festival, and hang out in some VIP receptions with some of our headliners. So all the details are on there, but I'd really recommend that too.
Well, let's get into the authors that you have coming for this
Yes.
wonderful
Sure,
2018 Fall Festival. And this is the 20th year of the festival, right?
It is, yes. The very first festival was in 1999. Back then it was a two-day festival. There were about 25 authors. So now we are a 4-day festival with over 150. So it's grown a lot.
Wow, what a
and
success story.
We're really excited to celebrate 20 years.
That's terrific. Well, let's see. These are our headliner authors.
Yes.
Well, let's just take the first book off the stack, and you can tell me who we have. This is Elizabeth Strout.
Yes. So Elizabeth Strout, many people might recognize her from the Pulitzer Prize winning book Olive Kittredge. That's one of her most famous books, but she has several others. The newest one is this book here, Anything is Possible. And fans of her novel, My Name is Lucy Barton, will get to revisit that character in this. She's going to be appearing on Friday night, which is Friday, October 12th, at the George Mason University Harris Theater.
She is a fantastic book club writer. So if you are in a book club, you like to find new and different things or revisit an old favorite author. I mean, Olive Kittredge is one of my favorite books of all time. She's a really great choice. We do have a 4 book clubs tab on our website, so I would check that out. A lot of different resources throughout the summer. We'll have been posting events that we think you might be interested in and some resources to get discussions going with your group. And some of our other headliners, I mean, Elizabeth Kostova, her book is next. Most
The
people,
Shadowland.
Yes, The Shadowland. Her new book takes place in Bulgaria. It's a sweeping history of this troubled country. It involves mistakenly picking up somebody else's ashes in a suitcase in a
Oh, my
taxi cab to
goodness.
get things going. So very interesting. Most people know Kostova from her just smash hit, The Historian. And she is going to be our Saturday afternoon headliner. So she'll be at 3:30 in Sally and Alan Merton Hall on Mason's campus. And I want to pause really quick and say, Saturday is a really great day. All the days are great to come out, but Saturday is our big community day. We're partnering with the City of Fairfax's Fall Festival. We've got free parking on campus, yes, and a shuttle bus to go downtown, so you can do arts and crafts and come back for some great literature like Elizabeth Kostova. We have a lot of other fantastic book club hits that are going to be going on that day, as well as some other titles, history, science, all that great stuff. And then Angie Thomas, The Hate You Give.
Now, this is the All Mason Reads book that was chosen by...
This is actually the program that's going to be sponsored by the
that's right.
Fairfax County Public Library.
That's right.
Yes.
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 The Hate You Give. It's a YA, youth author.
Yeah. It's a really fantastic book that came out last year, and it's about a young girl who witnesses a police shooting, and one of her best friends from childhood is killed. So it gets involved in the effect of police brutality on these young people's lives. And it's a really wonderful book. It's going to be coming out as a movie as well the week after the festival.
Yes.
So
Oh, perfect timing.
6 days
we're
after her
very
event.
excited about that.
So you can read the book, you can meet the author, and then you can
go see
go
the movie.
and see the movie.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Bring your signed copy of the book to the movie.
Yes.
Yes, and then go have coffee with your friends afterwards. So this is the All Mason Reads book. This is the
Yes.
the March by John Lewis, who's our congressman. You want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, so March is written by Congressman John Lewis and Andrew Iden, and it's a graphic memoir, so the illustrator is Nate Powell. This is the selection for Mason Reads, and that's a program that George Mason University hosts for the incoming freshmen. Right now, all of the incoming first years are going through summer orientation, and at their summer orientation, each of them is getting a copy of this book to read over the summer. There'll be several activities planned around it in the fall. There are several classes who will be teaching the book as well. We will have Congressman John Lewis and Andrew Iden here talking about the book on Thursday, October 11th.
In the Center for the Arts.
Okay, and just so our audience members know, this is a graphic novel. It's very readable, very approachable for young adults who want to learn the story of some elements of the civil rights movement and his personal story. And so it's very exciting. It's a great opportunity for the community to be able to listen to a great man and listen to his journey in person. So that should be wonderful for the community to attend.
Absolutely.
And then we have a library book here, right?
A lot of book checked out from the library. We love
do,
libraries.
yes.
We love Fairfax County Library, and they're also a sponsor of the festival as well.
They
so.
are, yes.
Yes. So this book, Drawdown, I'll just read the full title because it tells you a lot about it. The most comprehensive plan ever proposed to reverse global warming, and it's edited by Paul Hawken, and he is a rock star in the science community and climate science community. So this is going to be a fantastic event. Just hearing about all the different ways that we can make a difference, and it ranges from things that you might expect, like different types of green energy, to also empowering women and girls in developing countries. So it really is, when he says comprehensive, it's very comprehensive. So we're thrilled for this event, and this is the first of the new Beck Lecture Series.
So the Beck family has donated money in order for this author to be brought and shared with the community, and that's terrific. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Because they're very interested in the environment and helping with bringing awareness to that.
And we're very excited that that's going to be an annual program at the festival. We'll have an annual event featuring sustainability and climate science.
And we have another kind of category that's new in terms of recognizing a new immigrant author. Is this New American Voices? Do you want to talk about those?
Yes, so this is our new book prize. We're incredibly excited for it. It's a post-publication book prize, so the book needed to have been published in the last year or so. And it's the Institute for Immigration Research New American Voices Prize. We have 3 fantastic judges. Halan Habila, who works at Mason, actually. He won the prestigious Wyndham Campbell Prize. We have Mazamin Jesti and Madeline Teen. So they received a number of books as submissions, and we're really thrilled to be looking at our 3 finalists here. So these are the 3.
Go in depth on these too, because I think our audience members would be interested to learn kind of some of the content of the books that we're going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
So The Immigrant's Refrigerator, this is a short story collection by Elena Georgiou, and this is really looking at the immigrant experience from a whole rainbow of experiences. So people who came to the country legally, who were forced to come illegally, who are dealing with all of the ins and outs of this experience. She was born in London, the author was born in London, and immigrated to the United States. So one of the great things about the prize is it is elevating voices of immigrant writers. And yeah, I don't know, do you want to talk about one of these?
Sure. So this is In the Distance by Hernan Diaz. Possibly people have heard of this book. It was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize this year as well. So we're really thrilled that we're going to be hosting him. This book focuses on a Swedish immigrant in California and touches on a lot of those same issues, just dealing with being an outsider in the country and finding a place. So, and then our last finalist is The Hour of Daydreams by Renee McAlino Rutledge, and this is a really interesting book that uses a Filipino fairy tale to kind of create a new story set in more modern times. We're really thrilled about all 3 of these books. We're excited to be working with the Institute for Immigration Research and really bringing new attention and new awareness to immigrant writers, particularly at this time.
That's wonderful. And there's going to be an event where the prize will be given.
Yes.
Yes, and all 3 writers will be here and reading.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Do we know what day that is? Or will all the information on dates and times and everything will be on the website?
Will be on the website, yes.
Okay.
Yes, full schedule.
fallforthebook.org/schedule.
Okay.
It's a really great tool if you want to go check it out there. You can make your own schedule, set reminders, sync it with your calendar. Also, we have an app that's going to be launched in early September. So it's a free app to download where you can, again, make your schedule and make sure you don't miss anything, because we got a lot going on. You want to make sure you get to everything you want to see.
Now, we talked a little bit about partners. The City of Fairfax is definitely a major partner of the festival, and they're providing venues and collaborating on, the festival that they're having at the same time. Mm-hmm. George Mason University obviously is a major player in the festival. What other partners? We talked a bit about the library. Want to expand on the library?
Well, one sponsor I really want to talk about, and because I want to talk about their event as well is the Fairfax Library Foundation, and they are sponsoring another one of our headliners this year, actually our opening night headliner, Tayari Jones, who wrote An American Marriage.
Yes.
This was the Oprah Book Club pick earlier this year.
My book club read that. They,
Excellent.
They
yeah.
spoke. They were just asking questions of one another and having wine and having a lovely time. Can't wait to go to the festival and meet the author too.
Yeah. So it's a really wonderful book. It focuses on a couple where the husband has been falsely accused of a crime and ends up going to prison and serving time for this crime that he was innocent of, and the impact that has on their marriage. So we're very excited to have Tayari Jones at the festival, and that's one of the programs sponsored by the Fairfax Library Foundation.
Very good.
And we also love working with the Fairfax County Public Library system. We have events at the library branches throughout the week. So check out what your local library is doing. One of the books, it's over there, Robin Farzad's Hotel Scarface. Really interesting history about the hotel in Miami where all these drug kingpins were working and making money and playing hard. So this is just one of our library events. We have a bunch of other stuff, including Craig Grossi, who's going to bring his golden retriever, who I think he met the dog overseas when he was at war, and they are best buddies, and they travel the country, and he's bringing his pup, so he's driving all the way from Maine with his pup. So that will be great. That'll be at the Burke Center Library on Friday.
Very good. And I know that we also do have some partnerships with the Mason libraries themselves and the publication house of George Mason University, and there are 2 books here that you're going to have programs around.
Yes.
Virginia Wine is one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I spoke about wine earlier.
Another good pairing for your book club. If
There
you
we
are
go.
a book club that likes to drink a lot of wine
You can
while
try
you discuss
4
books.
centuries of wine. So Andrew Painter, he's going to be at our big Saturday Community Day talking about 4 centuries of change in Virginia wine. So if you go out to wine country around Leesburg, this is definitely the book for you.
This is the guidebook you need. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. And then Bruce Berkowitz, Playfair. This is a spy, a British secret agent who changed how we see the world. But he also, he was spied on France and did all of these things, but also invented the
He
bar
was like
charts.
everywhere. He did everything.
So interesting.
Really
For
interesting
his
life
time,
story.
yeah. It is fascinating. I did hear a talk on this by the author and already, and it was really fantastic. So and an excellent speaker. So I think people should definitely check that out. And then, of course, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, which is my organization, and we have a couple of authors coming as well.
Yeah, so Bruce is one. Andrea Avery, she was a professional pianist, still is, diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when she was just 14. So it's a memoir of her growing up with pain and playing the piano. It's really powerful and lyrical, but we have a bunch of different events. So we'll have the Osher Lifelong Learning events listed on our website, but of course Ollie has it on your catalog.
Sure, we have it on our catalog, and people can go to ollie.gmu.edu to learn about more what's offered in the fall. We're going to have buses that are going to take people from the Ollie, where our main campus is, over to the George Mason campus. But you also have, during the festival itself, you're going to have lots of transit options for people who want to park at George Mason for free and then take a shuttle. Is that how it works?
So
Yeah, particularly for the Saturday when we are partnering with the Fall Festival. Saturday is our biggest day. And we will have free parking at the Rappahannock parking deck, which is right next to Merton Hall, where all of our Saturday events will be. And throughout the whole day, there will be shuttle buses provided by City of Fairfax that will run between campus and Old Town Fairfax, where we will have the City of Fairfax Fall Festival going on, and our children's events will be going on downtown on Saturday as well.
Saturday's the big day for, well, really everything, all ages, but also children's events. So what are some of the things that you're going to be offering at the Old Town Hall?
Oh, so many fun things. Our goal for the kids events are to have interactive, fun presentations. So every event that's going to be going on from 10:30 to 4:30 has kids doing and playing and creating. So whether that's learning how to write a fractured fairy tale with Sue Fleiss, or handling a 3D printed eagle beak for Deborah Rose. Her book is called Beauty and the Beak, and it's about an eagle who was injured in a hunting accident and had the beak shot off, and they 3D printed it a new beak, and it's about
It's amazing.
healing and thriving, and it's just going to be really cool. And all those events, all of our events, are free and open to the public. No tickets required. Same goes for the children's events. So it's great for the whole family. And we have things that range from picture books and story time with the Fairfax librarians to events that are more appropriate for your older elementary school kids, early middle school.
I know last year we did have a panel on graphic artists. So are we going to have a few graphic artists back this year?
We are.
Yes.
In addition to March, which will be a big feature, we have a graphic novel and graphic memoir panel on Saturday. One of the books we have here is by Carolyn Preston, the War Bride scrapbook. And it's a really kind of interesting take on a graphic novel because it is a scrapbook. And this is the second book that she's done like this. So she'll be on the graphic novel panel. We have another author, Royal Coupe, who's going to be on the graphic novel panel, Laura Lee Gutteridge. It's a really wonderful lineup, and we're really glad that we get to feature that because graphic novels don't always get as much attention.
So we have a lot of history too, and romance.
Yes, we have a romance
We've got
panel.
a romance panel, yes.
Tracy Livesey is a name I think if you're a romance fan, you've definitely heard. So she's going to be doing 2 events with us, one at a library branch if that's closer to you, or on Saturday she's going to be speaking with Lindsay Detweiler, who has a tattooed hero in her book. So that will be a lot of fun. As far as history goes, we're really excited to have Mike Leinbach and Jonathan Ward. They worked on the Columbia disaster in 2003, led the search to recover not only the parts of the shuttle, but also to try to find the crew members. And Mike was the launch director for the space shuttle program. So they'll be here bright and early Saturday morning talking about bringing Columbia home.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So the festival occurs, what's the week of the festival?
The festival runs from Wednesday, October 10th to Saturday, October 13th.
Okay. And everything is available on the app and the website.
Yes.
And social media. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're everywhere.
And Instagram, yes. So like us, follow us. One really great way to also find out what's happening is to subscribe to our newsletter. We send it out once a week with all the highlights of the great programming that we're doing. And then you'll also get the daily rundown as we get to the festival. So you can just go to our website, fallforthebook.org, and sign up right there.
And we will also have good old-fashioned printed programs available on campus in the Fairfax libraries throughout venues in the city of Fairfax. Those will be out at the end of August, so you can pick one up then if you are more of a paper person.
And this is really great for anyone who's a reader, anyone who wants to be a reader, a great opportunity to try something new if you've never been to a festival before. This is really, I mean, there's other festivals that happen kind of farther away from us, and of course there's the Nat, which is downtown. But this is really in our backyard, and it's easily accessible, and it's over a number of days, so there's a lot of opportunities for people to enjoy it. So I think it'd be great for folks to get out there and maybe talk about going or scheduling it into their weekend or their week. Are we working with the public schools in any way to get the word out about the festival too?
Yeah, one of the other things we do year-round is Fall for the Book has a Writers in the Schools program where we work with graduate students in the George Mason University Creative Writing program. So they are in the schools fairly regularly teaching creative writing classes. So we work with a lot of those same teachers to make sure we're really getting the word out, particularly for teenagers and younger students who might really enjoy some of those Saturday activities, or YA books like Angie Thomas's The Hate U Give.
Right.
And I will say, as a teacher, I always encourage my students to go to the events, and what's really great is for most of them, it's their very first time going to a reading or meeting an author, and just the idea that they could bring their book and have it signed and ask a question. They had just a fantastic time, and I love to see that. So especially if you've never been to a reading or met an author before, they're great. It's a fantastic experience, and they want to meet you. You know, really, authors love to meet readers.
I know when we had the festival last year and Lev Grossman was giving a presentation, then afterwards we met with him and he was signing books, and he was just taking lots and lots of time to meet with all of his really fans, and they're very willing to do that.
That is one of the best things is, you know, at a festival like Fall for the Book that is smaller, it's a community festival, you really do have a chance to meet these authors, to talk with them, and not, you know, you're not just necessarily going to see them and then
rushing
that's
off.
it. You
Yes.
actually get a chance to meet some of these authors. You get a chance to meet some of these really big names that maybe you've heard and read for years, but you also get a really good chance to find your next favorite book, because we have a number of authors who are still up and coming, and we're really excited about, and we know they're going to do wonderful things in the future. So it's great to be part of introducing readers to those writers.
Yeah, I know last year we had Colson Whitehead. It was really a coup because we had got him lined up to be part of the festival before his book received all those awards, and he was terrific as well, and very down to earth. It's really amazing, you know, when you meet an author that you kind of become in awe of, and then but they're just, you know, very, very comfortable with others, which is very nice.
And who else would lead a Donna Summer sing along to
Right.
packed house?
Yes.
They're charismatic.
Yes. I love the surprises at these events.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what we have in store for this year. Somebody will surprise us in some wonderful
Yes,
way.
I'm sure they will. And we have a lot of, and you know, it's wonderful. They have a lot of women authors as well that we're really highlighting, a lot of women, and that's terrific. And you know, AAUW champions that as well, so that's terrific. So fabulous to have you on the program again. This is always a fun thing to do, to learn about getting ready to read. You know, this is your opportunity to go online and learn about all the authors and grab those books and read them up, and then come to the festival in October and share with your friends and neighbors. So, Kara, thank you so much. Susie, it's been wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
It's always good to be here.
Yeah. And thank you for watching On the Go with AAUW.